So now we discuss about the next concept called inheritance. So inheritance is nothing but acquiring properties from its parent. So if you are getting properties from parent, then we call it as a inheritance. So we are having different types of inheritances, and this is a common concept for object oriented technology. So here I'm not saying for Python or else some other. So commonly it contains some types of inheritances. So types of inheritances are, first one is single way inheritance or single inheritance. Second one is multi inheritance, multi-way inheritance. Third one is multiple inheritance. Fourth one is hierarchical inheritance. Fifth one is hybrid inheritance. So like that, we can clarify the inheritance process into different ways. So here inheritance is nothing but getting the properties from already existing class. Already, if you are getting the properties from already existing class, then we call it as a inheritance. So it is not somewhat different. So if you are getting properties from already existing class, then we call it as a inheritance. So, and if you are getting the properties from there is a possibility to get the properties from one single class or from multiple classes also. So based on the getting, we can clarify into these types. So single inheritance is nothing but getting the properties from one single class. So if you are getting the properties from so assume it I'm having one class, some class A is there. Some class A is there. It is having some properties and functionalities are there. So now I'm going to define one class. We call it as a class B. We call it as a class B. So with the help of class B, I'm going to implement some new feature. But when you're going to implement new feature, we don't need to implement from scratch. So you can utilize the already existing functionalities. So if you are requiring the properties and functionalities of class A, then this we call it as a single level inheritance or single inheritance. So if you are getting properties from only one class, then we call it as a single level inheritance. Next, multi-level inheritance is there. So assume it I want to go with implementation of television. So black and white television is there. So black and white television is there. And then after color TV, someone implemented. So at the time of implementing color TV, they took properties from black and white TV, properties and functionalities. And he added some more features to that TV and they converted into color. And then after LCD. Then after LED. Now assume it, I'm going to define LED TV. So when I'm accessing LED TV, when I am implementing LED TV, simply I am getting the properties from LCD TV. So once you are getting properties from LCD TV directly, but indirectly you are getting the properties from color TV and black and white TV also. So when I am getting the properties from LCD TV, but LCD TV is getting the properties from color TV is getting the property from black and white TV. So here we are getting the properties from level by level. So that's we call it as a multi-level inheritance. So when I thought that when I'm implementing LED TV, I will say that I'm getting the properties from LCD, but LCD is getting properties from color TV, but color TV is getting the property from black and white. So this type of inheritance, we call it as a multi-level inheritance. Multi-level inheritance. And third one is multiple inheritance. Multiple inheritance. So multiple inheritance is nothing but getting the properties from more than one class. Getting the properties from more than one class. Call it as a multiple inheritance. Means assume it when I'm going to design one TV, when I'm going to design one TV, smart TV. So actually it is LED TV. It is LED TV. So smart TV is nothing but should get the functionalities of TV and internet. So and some devices which is used for connection. So internet connection devices are there. That internet connection devices, whatever the properties it is using, that I am getting. And the properties of LED TV is also I am getting. So I require the properties and functionalities of LED TV and internet. Both were combining and implemented smart TV. So this smart TV, if you assume that one class, it is getting the properties from LED TV and internet. That we call it as a multiple inheritance. And with the help of multiple inheritance only, we'll get hierarchical and hybrid inheritance. So if any programming language supporting multiple, then only you go with hierarchical and hybrid. So this is nothing but the combination of hybrid and hierarchical inheritance are combination of multi-level and multiple. So the combination of multi-level inheritance and multiple inheritance, we call it as a hierarchical and hybrid also. So assume it. So this will come to some color TV. When you take, it is having multi-level. So when you observe here, it is having multiple. So both it's containing. So we call it as a hierarchical. We call it as a hierarchical inheritance. Similarly, hybrid also. So these are the different types of inheritances we are having. When it comes to Java, it doesn't support multiple inheritance. It supports only single inheritance and multi-level inheritance only. Multi-way or multi-level we can say. So Java supports only single level inheritance and multi-level, but Python is supporting multiple inheritance also. So once any language supports multiple inheritance, then automatically it supports hierarchical and hybrid. So these are the types of inheritances. Okay. So today we'll discuss some example on single level inheritance, and tomorrow class we discuss remaining things. So single level inheritance is nothing but acquiring the properties from one class. If you are acquiring the properties from one class only, then we call it as a single level inheritance. So we discuss about one example on this one. So for example, I'm going to define class animal. So whatever it may be, based on your situation, you can define it. So brackets So def underscore underscore init self. So print some animal created. So I'm going to define one method def who am I. So print I am animal. So simply I'm defining one class. Next I'm going to define one class called dog. And so earlier I said that the brackets, when you're defining class, the brackets are optional. So in previous classes, you can, if you want, you can use bracket, or else we can omit it. But when you're applying inheritance, it is compulsory. So if you are going to define a new class with the help of existing class, then in the brackets, you need to mention its parent class. Here I am defining animal. So it indicates that I'm going to define a class called dog, but it is getting the properties from animal. So whatever the properties and functionalities contain animal, similar properties also it is contained. Dog is one animal. Dog is animal. So whatever the properties contains animal should also contain dog also. So that's why I'm getting. So from where you are getting properties, you need to mention. So for this class, I'm getting the properties and functionalities from animal class. That's why within brackets, I mentioned animal. So then we need to define the constructor def underscore underscore init. So, and one more thing is, if parent class contains init method, you must and should define child also init. So without that, it will not execute. You will get error. I will show you. So self. So once you are constructing, when you are going to constructor, first you supposed to call its parent constructor. Once you are going to define a constructor, the first line should be, you need to call parent constructor. So for a dog, parent is animal. For dog, parent is animal. So you supposed to call the animal class constructor by the help of this statement, animal, animal dot underscore underscore init underscore underscore self. So here I am calling the parent class constructor, and then whatever the thing you want, you can do here. So dog created. So this is about my class. Just I'm executing it. So here what is thinking is, what is going on is, I defined one class called animal. I defined one class called animal, which is having one constructor and one method who am I. So assume it is already existing one. It is already existing one. Okay. So somewhere it is existed, somewhere it is available. Okay. So it is created in earlier. It is created earlier. I don't know when it is created. Now I'm going to implement one dog object which is related to animal. So dog is animal. Dog is animal. Whatever the properties animal contain, the dog also contains. So I no need to mention again these all properties. So simply what I'm doing is, so I'm acquiring the properties of animal into dog with the help of this inheritance. So when I mentioned animal, so internally whatever the properties and methods which are available in animal, which comes to here also, which comes to here also. So init is nothing but initialization. We call it as initialization. It is a constructor, it is a special type of method. So here, when you are defining init method for child class, you must and should first call to parent class, and then after you can do process. So now when I am going to define an object for dog, some d equal to dog. So animal is created and dog is created, and we can call d dot who am I also. D dot who am I? So I am animal. When you observe that D indicates dog class object. So in this class, we don't have who am I method. In this class, we don't have who am I method, but it is executing. Why? Because so this dog class is acquiring the properties and functionalities from animal class. So whatever the properties, functionalities contain animal, internally it comes to dog also. That's why when I'm calling d dot who am I, it is executing. It is executing. So this is called inheritance. And we say that when you are going to define in INAT method, first you must should call parent. If I am not able to call, then it will rise an error. So it doesn't getting this INAT method. It is not executing. So whatever the initializations you did, it will not affected. So that's why you mustn't should call this one. Generally, it should be first one, but here it is taking later also. Okay. So wherever you want, you can design, but when it comes to other programming language, it should be first statement. But here, wherever it may be. So if you want to get the properties from, you need to call the constructor of parent class. So with the help of parent dot inat, we can call. And we have alternate method also, that is called super. So if you don't know the class name of its parent, simply with the help of super keyword, we can call super dot underscore underscore inat underscore underscore of self. So this is an alternative. So it is executing. So super dot underscore underscore inat. If you call this one, then also it will execute dog method. So when you are this is about the thing. So this is an example for inheritance, getting the properties from its parent. Here, what type of parents, whatever the properties it is getting, whatever the thing is available in animal class, it contains who am I method. So it is available in dog class also. So we observed that when I called d dot who am I am getting that method. I am calling that method. So anything which is available on animal class, it will comes under dog also. So whatever the things available in animal, indirectly it will come to dog also. So whatever you require, you can use. Okay. So this is an example for inheritance, for single level inheritance. So why? Because here I'm getting properties from animal class only. So if you're getting properties from more than one class and different levels are there, then you can define either multi-level or multiple. Okay. So this is about today class. If you have any doubts, you can clarify here. So INAT means initialization. We call it as a initialization. So we need to define two underscores, INAT two underscores. That is called constructor. We call it as a constructor. So constructor is a special function which is executed automatically whenever the object is created. So when you're going to create a d dot dog, automatically this INAT method will execute. So this INAT method will execute. Here what I'm having dog created. Then after I'm calling super dot INAT, means automatically, so animal class INAT method is going to execute. Here I'm getting animal created. This is object. And one more thing is I'm having who am I method. Who am I method, but it is not executing automatically. Why? Because it is a normal method. So once you call, then only it will execute. That's the difference between INAT and normal methods. So super is indicating its parent, and super indicates parent. So if you don't know What is the parent of dog class? Then with the mention of super, we can mention it. Super means its parent. I don't know what is the parent. That is animal only. If you know, you can mention animal dot. If you don't know, then simply you mention super. Super indicates generally it is a parent. So to define the parent function or parent variable, anything, super, we can use it. Next, any doubts? So the difference between multi-level and multiple inheritance is, multi-level means I'm getting properties from one class only, but that class is getting properties from its parent, and that class is getting properties from another parent. That is called multi-level. Multiple inheritance in the sense, myself I am getting the properties from more than one class. So here we defined an example. So multi-level in the sense, if I'm defining one class, assume it, sorry, my class, this is my class. So assume it class C. So where I'm getting the properties from class B. Myself, I'm getting properties from class B. But class B is not from scratch. So it is also getting the properties from A. So this is my class. So what I'm doing is I'm getting properties from B class. But B is not from scratch. It is getting properties from A. So this is called multi-level. When you observed in our example, so animal is a class, animal is a class, and my class is dog. My class is dog. So when I'm getting properties from animal, animal is not getting properties from anywhere. It is a scratch. It is from starting. So this is called single level inheritance. But when you observed in this example, so B is not from scratch. It is getting properties from A. So A is a scratch. So B is getting from A and C is getting from B. And it may also having. It may also having. So this is called multi-level. So multiple in the sense, myself only I am getting the properties from A and B. Assume it, A is having some scratch, B is having some scratch. So C is a class which I am going to define. So I am getting the properties from A and I am getting properties from B. This is called multiple inheritance. Multiple inheritance. So at a time you are getting properties from more than one class. So this is about multiple inheritance and this is about multi-level. But one more thing is, Java is not supporting multiple, but Python is supporting. Python is supporting. But here, when you go with multiple inheritance, some complications, some restrictions are there. Some execution process is there. You should keep in mind that one. So some execution will be changes are there. We are using MRO, method revocation method is there. So method revocation object is there. So there tomorrow we'll discuss about that one. Okay, how it is going to use multiple inheritance and what are the restrictions we are having. These things you should know about that one. Still any doubts? And today I shared one image which is going to define Python quiz. So register for that one. So it is free of cost only. Register for that and have any doubts. In the meantime, if you have any doubts, you can clarify. Okay. So just practice, just to do practice. So if you get more than 60%, they will give e-certificate. It will be helpful to you in future. So Java does not support multiple inheritance, but Python supports. Some restrictions are there. Java, it is not implemented there. That is a drawback of Java. So it is not possible in Java. It is not possible to get the properties from more than one class. It simply they omitted. Why? Because we have some complications in multiple inheritance. That's why they don't want to get chance. That's why they not at all implemented. But Python is implemented. So, and tomorrow we'll discuss what are the problems you are facing with multiple inheritance and what is the solution for that one. We'll discuss on tomorrow class. So why actually unnecessarily it is taking risk. That's why Java is not implemented. Python is implemented multiple inheritance with some restrictions. So what are the problems we are facing with multiple inheritance? So that we discuss in tomorrow class. Okay. Still any more doubts?